Hi, welcome back, and it's great to welcome to the studio Kylie, Stacey.
Thank you.
Now, Kylie, you're an early childhood music teacher, is that right?
Yeah, I teach children from 0 to about 7 years old music. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with their mums and dads. So we all do music together.
Yep. Now, a lot of our viewers, Kylie, are churchgoers, and a lot of our viewers are parents. And they know that trying to involve kids in church activities can be a struggle sometimes. I mean, some churches just put on a creche and sort of chuck the kids out the back. Some go for a full-blown program. But you've sort of seen some struggles in these sort of groups, haven't you?
Yeah. When I have 4 little boys, and when my boys were growing up, in the Sabbath school that we were at, we had little rows of red chairs that all the children, sort of from 1-year-old to 3 or 4 years old, were required to sit on. And the parents would all sit at the back, and the parents would either be chatting to each other or on their phones, and there was a real disengagement between...
Yeah, or doing crowd control when the kids misbehaved.
That's right. Yeah. Put your bottom back on that chair. So there was a lot of that sort of thing, and I had a lot of trouble with my boys, and I just started to wonder, is this the best way of teaching our children about Jesus? Because this really is, their very first impression about what God is all about. And I thought...
And if it's about sitting in rows and discipline and sit still and only spoke if you're spoken to, not a very positive message,
With me, I was also at the same time teaching early childhood music, and the way we did that is all the parents sat on the floor with the children in a circle, and that promoted a lot of bonding, nurturing, cuddles, bouncing games with each other, lots of one-on-one interaction. And I just thought, why are we not doing this in Sabbath school? Taking advantage of these early years where it's so crucial for the children to have that bonding experience with mum or dad or grandma and grandpa, and, we're missing out. And so at our local Sabbath school, we thought, that's it, we're going to move those chairs over to the side, and we put some cushions on the floor, and we just said, Mum and Dad, this is your time with your kids,
How did they respond to that? Were they a bit like, oh, this is my time to relax? You're supposed to be looking after them.
And I think that's the one thing that is the little struggle, is parents, I guess, in a way, need to grasp the value that they are important in their child's life at this particular, right now is so crucial, and they grow up so fast. Why not take advantage of it? And so, we may have had a week or two of, where's the chairs gone? But very soon everyone just got into the role and realised that it was actually a really lovely way to do Sabbath school. And I think when parents are actively involved, it also helps because they can learn the material more easily because they're involved. They learn the songs, they learn the actions, so they can do it at home during the week. So what you're learning at church can be taken home. It's kind of like a teaching ground for parents as well. So
this epiphany that you had, and I guess those early experiences, has now turned into this playful worship resource from kids 0 to 7. This is quite a large resource. I mean, you've got actual music here. You've got actions to go with songs in some cases. What else is covered here?
When we first decided to make the book, we were actually starting to teach beginners ourselves. We looked around at all the resources at
beginners
ABCs.
Is what, 0 to 3?
0 to 3.
0 to 3. Yep.
We looked around at Kurong, at ABC, on the internet. We tried to find, let's get some nice, up-to-date, interactional music and activities for that age group. And honestly, we couldn't find a thing.
Wow.
And so we thought, where is it? It's missing. So we thought, well, let's start creating our own. So in this book, there are over 60 songs and rhymes that can all be used for any Sabbath school or preschool or at home, but they actually link in with the GraceLink Sabbath school curriculum for the Year A.
Okay, this for the Seventh-day Adventist Church in particular. Okay, but the lessons they're Bible-based and they would fit with any Sunday school or
absolutely.
any
Yeah, they'll fit with any group who, you know, wants to learn about Jesus.
Wow.
So it includes all the songs. It includes specific actions and activities for babies, for toddlers, preschoolers and kindies. So for one particular song, you might do one particular activity, whereas for an older group you can do other things with it.
It's flexible, yeah.
And it also contains 2 CDs.
Yeah, I saw that at the back here. Now, sometimes CDs for children's music, you mentioned to me before the interview, you know, these real old school sort of slow kind of organ-based things, and you wanted something more fun and upbeat. Yeah,
so we just kept the music fresh and fun and really engaging for that. You know, that age group.
Yeah. Are the songs your compositions, or because you are a bit of a songwriter, aren't you?
Yeah, there's a mixture. There's some classic golden oldies in there that I grew up with. That
I think I saw Rockabye Baby in there earlier.
Yeah. And there's quite a few original songs as well from a variety of songwriters. It's a real compilation of songs and ideas, but the key thing is really getting mum and dad, or grandma and grandpa, depending on who that carer is, actively involved in their worship times.
So mum or dad are actually down on the floor with the kids, doing the actions of the songs together, and there's like rocking games and tickling games, bouncing on the knee.
All sorts of things.
Do you see dads getting into this?
Yeah, absolutely. In the Sabbath school that I'm in, we do have quite a few dads who come, and it's just so lovely to see dads, you know, enjoying the cuddles and the tickles and having those special moments with their children as well.
Now, Kylie, when I was reading the blurb about this resource and everything, there was a technical musical term that I want to get to the bottom of. You mentioned something about the children's third or minor third or something. What was all that about?
So the children's interval is is a minor third, which sounds like la la, and if you think about la 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 la,
na seesaw, Marjorie do.
That's it.
Yeah, okay.
So the children's minor third is the most common interval that young children actually vocalise, and so a number of the songs highlight that interval, and we call that an intentional singing opportunity to help children discover their natural singing voices.
What you want to see is parents getting in there with their kids, getting involved, teaching them about God, and that's the beauty of this resource. I mean, you don't need the book to learn that lesson, but here's something that can help through ABC shops and
ABCs. I think the Hope Shop.
Okay, hopeshop.com.
Yep, and also playfulworship.com.
Playfulworship.com. Hey, thanks so much for your time today, Kylie. I really appreciate it. Well, we'll be back straight after the break.